Steve Barron, Dax Pugh, and Adam Brookins. Now for Hueytown, number 14, Jonah Winston, left field. Number 4, Gavin Franklin, first base. Number 12, Caleb Johnson, catching. Number 52, Ethan Booker, shortstop. Number 17, Baker Davis, DH. Number 11, Colton Hudgens, second base. Number 20, Jay Fuller, center field. Number 8, Devin Ford, DH. Number 9, Max Hollingsworth, pitcher. Number 36, Ethan England, DH. Number 2, Brody Black, right field. Number 44, Sam Vaughn, third base. And your coaches, Kevin Black, Nathaniel Vaughn, and Kevin Hudgens. Your umpires for today's game is David Veron, Bruno Black, and Randy Taylor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Day 6, Championship Day of the 2017 AAA Dixie U State Tournament. The invocation will be given this morning by Reverend William Henderson, and playing the national anthem will be Patrick Jackson. Everybody please stand and remove your hats.
Good morning. It's a blessed day to be alive, realizing that there's nothing that we've done so good and great that we're here this morning. It was only the grace of God that we are here, and we are able to see our young ones participate in this baseball event. Shall we pray? Eternal Father, our God, we are so grateful this morning, Lord. We give you all honor, praise, and glory. Lord, we pray today that as these young men take the field to participate in the baseball game, realizing there can only be one winner today, but Lord, through Christ Jesus, they all will be winners. We pray for each and every one that's participating in the game, especially for our officials. Lord, I pray that you would just bless the parents of these children. And Lord, just bless in a mighty way. Lord, let no harm, hurt, or danger come upon any of these children as they play the game. Lord, just put your arms around them and let them know that you love them. Now, Lord, as we prepare to go forth this day into this baseball game, I pray for the city of Troy. I pray for the mayor. I pray for all of the city officials. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And all of God's children said, amen.
Play ball.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome here to Championship Monday as we get set for our last day of the state tournament here in Troy, Alabama. I'm Chuck Sebastian for JockJive.com. Glad to have you along on day 6. Hueytown got the bye yesterday to get to the championship game. Troy had to win their game against Fairhope. They did that in 7-6 fashion. In the 5th inning, they got that 7th run after it was tied up, and they were able to hold on in the 6th inning to get the win. That is why they advanced. So these two teams will come together here and play one game only, winner take all. The winner moves on to the World Series that will start August 5th in Oxford, Alabama. Let's get you the defense set up for Hueytown. In left field will be Jonah Winston. In center field will be Fuller. In right field will be Black. Around the base paths will be Vaughn at third, Booker at short, Hudgens at second, Franklin at first. Behind the plate will be Caleb Johnson, and on the mound will be Max Hollingsworth. That is your defense for Hueytown. For Troy, Wes Braystead will lead it off. He'll play center field today. Batting second and playing second base will be Cole Pugh. Batting third in left field will be Pruitt Vaughn. Batting fourth at third base will be Jackson Booth. Batting fifth, Kay Brookins at first base. Batting sixth and pitching will be Luke Barron. Batting seventh, doing the catching will be Tyler McClendon. Batting eighth, Cade Edwards. He'll be an extra hitter. Jordan McBride will play short. He'll bat ninth. Batting 10th, Dawson Bradford. He'll play right field. Keneal Lewis, bat 11th, extra hitter. And Slade Russell will bat 12th. He'll be the last extra hitter. So those are the 12 boys that will go at it today here for the opportunity to represent the state of Alabama in AAA in the World Series. So not a bad morning to start here. Weather looks pretty decent. We are under partly cloudy skies. The rain, they say, is supposed to hold off until later this afternoon. We hope so. Mostly cloudy right now, 81, but that humidity makes that feels like temperature close to triple digits. Got a low wind rate of about 5 miles an hour, and it's blowing in from left field. It's got some of the flags for Dixie Youth Baseball for Alabama blowing around a little bit. But other than that, it's a pretty good morning to start. Here we go. Hollingsworth will go to work from the right side against Braystead, the left-hander, or the center fielder, and he'll take strike one. So an 0-1 count. And the next pitch will be inside for a ball, 1-1. So 1-1 count to Braystead, the center fielder for Troy. Troy has hosted this tournament, and the host team is in the finals here. They have fought their way through, getting a couple of walk-off games in their first two games, and then last night, like I said, getting that 7th run in the 5th inning, winning that game 7-6. 1-2 count now to Braystead. And a little pop into right field, a little blooper there as he checked his swing, and he'll get himself a single. Picked up there by Black and thrown in. So Braystead will start off with somewhat of a check swing there to get himself on base. Got a piece of that and pops it over the first baseman's head. That'll bring up Cole Pugh, the second baseman. Cole Pugh coming to the plate with the runner aboard. Cole shows bunt, pops it up in the air. It'll hit inside and then the droll foul to the right side for strike one. Good job by Johnson coming out from behind the plate very quickly to grab that ball as it went foul. Pugh trying to move the runner, and it looks like Troy trying to play a little small ball here early in the first, trying to get the lead run on board. Swung on this one on the handle, popped up into right field. Second base going out, making the catch. They'll throw back to first, and they'll check to see if he tagged. No, he did not. So they say he did not tag, and it'll be the second out on the double play ball, caught by the second baseman. Hudgens quickly over to first for the out, and then doubling off Wes Braystead, so 2 down. Nice job there by the second baseman, alert enough to quickly fire that over to first, and they say he left early. So Pruitt Vaughn now will come to the plate. He'll play left field today. He'll bat from the right side with 2 outs and take strike 1. Pruitt a little bit high. No, they're going to call it a strike, and a little delayed call there. 0-2. I thought he was going to say ball, but raises the right hand, and it's 0-2. Hollingsworth trying to get out of this quickly with a 1-2-3 inning. And when he short hops a little bit, and it goes 1-2. Just underway, top of the first here of the championship game. 1-2 pitch swung on, fouled off. That'll go to the right side and out of play. Gets a new baseball, ready to go. Vaughn step back and in, and then a called timeout as the ball comes into the infield just as we were getting set to go. They roll it to home plate. Inside handle jam. That's going to come right up here in front of us on the press box. And we'll stay it again, 1-2. Looks in, gets the sign, checks, and the 1-2 delivery. On the corner, did not get it. 2-2. Vaughn stays in. Jackson Booth, who got the double last night and scored the winning run for Troy in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. He's going to strike him out, so he's going to get that 1-2-3 inning, courtesy of a double play ball and a good job by the defense in Hudgens. So Hollingsworth's got to like that. No runs on the one hit. And we have completed a half inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. We'll get you set up here. The defense for Troy looks this way. Vaughn will be in left, Bracestead in center, Bradford in right. Booth over at third, McBride at short, Pugh at second, Brookins at first. McClendon will be behind the plate, and on the hill today will be Luke Barron. So Luke Barron will do the pitching today for Troy. And for your lineup for the offense, looks this way. Jonah Winston will lead things off, followed by Gavin Franklin. Batting third will be Caleb Johnson. Ethan Booker will bat fourth. Batting fifth, Baker Davis. Batting sixth, Colton Hudgens. Batting seventh, Jay Fuller. Batting eighth, Devin Ford. Batting ninth, pitcher Max Hollingsworth. Ethan England will bat 10. Brody Black, 11. And Sam Vaughn will bat 12. So that's where we are right now. Bottom of the first. And no score for Troy as they had a runner aboard, and he got doubled off on the fly ball that the second baseman was able to go out and grab and quickly fire over, and it looks apparently like the runner left early. So bottom of one, championship Monday is Troy got here courtesy of a win last night in a really hard-fought battle against Fairhope, as the two teams and Hueytown all actually tied with one loss going into the game after yesterday's win. So they had to draw, and that's what you do with three teams with one loss each. There's no other way around it. You draw, and the three coaches come up, and the two that match play each other. The other one gets the bye, and it's just kind of the luck of the draw, and Hueytown got the luck of the draw yesterday.
Leading off for Hueytown is going to be number 14.
So here is Jonah Winston, the left fielder. He'll lead things off, and Luke Barron will take the hill today for Troy, young right-hander. And we're set to go bottom of first, no score. Jonah swings at the first one, a little grounder to third, picked up, fired over immediately by Booth for the out. One pitch, one away.
Going up to the plate, number 4, Gavin Franklin.
Gavin Franklin now comes to the plate. So he gets set to go here and deliver with one out. And the pitch from Barron going to be a little bit inside. It'll be called ball one. And up top. And he gets the strike. And so the strike zone a little bit today, a little higher than usual, at least on that pitch. And it's 1-1. Swung on, popped into center field, maybe over the, it is, it's going to bounce and all the way to the fence and rounding and headed for two is going to be Franklin. He'll go in with a double. Gavin Franklin got a piece of that one. Bracestead maybe playing a little too close and tried to jump up and get it in the air. Couldn't do it. Has to go play it off the fence. And a double to start for Franklin. And here's Caleb Johnson, the catcher now, with a man aboard and one out. Barron's first pitch is a ball. So Caleb with the opportunity here with the runner down at second. Drives this one just past the shortstop. I think he got a glove on it. McBride did, but it goes into center field. They'll hold the runners at the corners. It'll be first and third. And Hueytown with the first opportunity to try to plate a runner. Both teams able to go up and down the order. You don't know who's going to get the hit, but they're both capable 1 through 12, so they both have good sticks at the plate. Ethan Booker, the shortstop now, with his opportunity here with first and third. Strike on the first one. 0-1 count to Booker. One out, looking for a ground ball if they can get it. Might want to come up top, 1-1. Ball and a strike right here on JockJive.com, the state championship for the AAA here in Alabama. I'm Chuck Sebastian, glad to have you along this morning. Ground ball, that's going to get through the hole. That is going to score the run, and the first run is going to go to Hueytown. I'll put runners now at first and second on the single there by Booker. He will get the RBI.
Batting number 17, Baker Davis.
And Hueytown takes the early lead, 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Now Baker Davis to the plate with runners at first and second. Davis got some time on the hill yesterday. We'll see what is left for both teams pitching-wise. I know a couple of pitchers are burned on one team and cannot pitch today, and I believe one on the other. So we'll see who steps up today. Ball one. Off the handles, going to go through the hole into center field. And are they going to hold the runner? No, now they're going to send him. Here comes the throw to the plate. Is bobbled, and they're going to send him back to third. They'll keep him there. So Johnson rounded. Booker goes down to second. Davis on with a single that gets through the hole. And very fortunate that Bracestead was able to get that ball quickly in. McClendon bobbled it a little bit, but didn't get too far from him, and Johnson turns back around. Base is now loaded for Hueytown. And Colton Hudgens, the second baseman, to the plate, who's made the double play to get him here to bat quickly here in the bottom of the first. Takes ball one on the outside corner. So Luke Barron finds himself in an early jam here in the bottom of the first with bases loaded, one out. And a run already across the plate. Swing and foul back. That one goes to the screen. It'll be 1-1. Colton trying to give Hueytown the early lead. The little guy goes to the right side of the plate. You see the sliding gloves are in the pocket. Rips that one down the line, but it goes foul. So he's got a batting glove on, and then he's got a sliding glove in each pocket. You can tell these guys watch a lot of baseball, probably the college ranks in the major leagues, I'm sure. Try to imitate some of their mentors or heroes. 1-2. Inside high, 2-2. So Barron now facing his sixth batter here in the inning. Got the ground ball to start it off. And gave up the double, the single, the single, the single. And the run is scored, and the run base is now loaded. He's outside on that one. He'll work the count full. Nowhere to put him. He's got to come to him. Hear the coach yelling out full count. Colton, make sure it's there. 3-2. Here we go. Nice pitch. Got it a little bit tipped, but strike out. And that was a huge pitch for Luke Barron. 2 down.
Now batting number 20.
Here's center fielder Jay Fuller now coming to the plate from the left side. He'll take strike one on the first pitch. Barron, one more out to get out of this jam. Ground ball, whoa, sharply down the first base line, but it'll go foul. But the count now 0-2. We'll see if Barron tries to stay away from the left-hander. Fuller with that hit. That hits the line and goes down. That's a couple of runs at least. He'll chat with his coach over at first, Coach Black, and now Fuller comes back to the box. And the catcher going over, McClendon going over to ask something to the dugout as well. So with the 0-2, he'll get the sign, and we'll see where Luke Barron delivers here. Goes to the outside, trying to get him to chase one. Good pitch, 1-2. He's got two more that he can really kind of waste or play with. He'll make Fuller try to go after one. And the 1-2 delivery. Swung on, ground ball to second, past the second baseman, just over the glove. One run will score. Now they're going to send the second. Here comes the throw. It's going to be up the line. It'll allow the runners to go to second and third, respectively. 2 runs will score. Fuller picking up the 2 RBIs. Baker Davis is now down at third, and is now a 3-0 lead. As Jay Fuller gets one just to hop over Pugh's glove out there at second base. 2 runs come home. The throw come in from center field. It was a little bit up the line. McClendon didn't handle it well, allowing Davis to go to third and Fuller to second. And Hueytown plates 3 here early on. And this with 2 outs and an early lead in a game like this. There's a lot of adrenaline going, but there's also a lot of nerves going. You know, if you win, you're going to the World Series in Oxford in August. If you lose, you're a runner-up. One visit to the hill there is directed by the umpire.
Coming out to the plate, it's going to be number 8.
So here's Devin Ford, the extra hitter in the game right now, batting 8th with a runner. Second and third. Strike called on the first pitch. On the corner for the strike, and it'll be quickly 0-2. The audience didn't like the call there on that pitch, but Devin now back into the box and set to go. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, popped up, shallow infield. First base moving over. And Brookins will make the catch there to get out of the inning. But 3 runs have crossed the plate early for Hueytown. On 5 hits there, 4 of those went back to back to back to back before the strikeout came in the bottom of the first. So we'll go to the top of the second inning. And a 3-0 lead for Hueytown right here on JockJive.com. Don't forget, we've got a Facebook page, and we'd like you to click on that, give us a like, and follow us also on Twitter. We're trying to reach that goal of 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer, and need a little help getting there. We're real close, so if you can log in today and put it on your Facebook page. If you don't have us yet, you can search JockJive in your search engine on your Facebook page. That way we can keep you up to date on scores and schedules, game status, and a whole lot more. Or if you're on the JockJive.com webpage, follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Plus, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will keep you up to date with everything there. It's a 3-0 early lead, Hueytown, as we get set to go to the top of the second. And leading things off will be Jackson Booth, the third baseman. Jackson got the double last night for Troy in the 5th inning, was able to score that 7th run and give Troy the win 7-6 to get here to this championship game. So Booth now will lead things off here in inning number 2. Rounded foul down the third base side, and it'll be strike 1. Hollingsworth got him 1, 2, 3 in the first. He's facing 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Booth, Brookins, and Barron scheduled for the plate. Off the handle, grounder to short, picked up, long throw to over top. Oh, and he couldn't pull it down. And right over the head of Franklin, and they ran into each other, I believe, and down on the ground. Or did he trip over the base? Yeah, he did. He tripped over the base as Franklin went up in the air to try to grab that throw from Booker. So the coach is out to chat with the player right now to make sure that Jackson Booth is okay. He'll be on by the throwing air. And he is up and moving around, so good news there. Kind of a limp there, but he's trying to work it off. Franklin did everything he could to try to grab that baseball, but just a little too hard there from Booker, and he sailed it over his head.
Now batting number 2, Cade Brookins.
Cade Brookins now comes to the plate. Cade on the hill last night in the game. And the first pitch is a strike on the corner to Cade Brookins. So Troy trying to get some runners on base, try to get back in the game. Want to get down too quickly, too early. High ball, center field coming in now. Jonah goes over, and Winston will make the catch out in left, actually. The ball was in center field, but Winston comes over and takes over and makes the catch. Luke Barron now comes to the plate. Luke on the hill, try to help himself here with a runner aboard, 1 out. Swings at the first one, pops it up, out of play on the left side, strike 1. Tyler McClendon, his catcher and counterpart right now, battery mate in the on-deck circle. Outside and missed on the corner there, 1-1. You see Booker there moving around at it, short coming in to try to prevent the slow roller, and then going towards second to see if he's going to get a throw down. This one popped up again, shallow center field. Way back, actually, that ball kind of drifted, and backing up is Fuller to make the catch, and it's 2 outs. It looked like it wasn't going to go very far, and it just kept carrying. And the second out of the inning is recorded on the fly ball. Tyler McClendon will now come to the plate with a runner aboard. He checks his swing, pops it up center field. This time coming in will be Fuller, and he'll make the second catch in the 3rd out of the inning. So they put a runner aboard. They can't do anything with him, can't move him around, and it is a 1-2-3-4 inning for Max Hollingsworth. Bottom of the 2nd. Coming up next right here, JockJive.com.
Hueytown, you're at 21 pitches.
Bottom of the second inning, 3-0 lead. Hueytown coming to the plate with their pitcher, Max Hollingsworth. It'll be Ethan England and Brody Black, and then Sam Vaughn. Luke Barron back to the hill, down 3-0. Facing 8 in the first inning. See what he does here in the second inning. So Hollingsworth will take the first pitch, called strike on the corner. And it is quickly 0-1. Barron throws a lot of strikes. He's gotten a lot of ground balls, but a few have gotten through, and hence the reason Hueytown has the lead, putting the ball on the green. That's what you want to do. That pitch is outside, 1-1. Ball and a strike. Curveball on the corner. Didn't get it, 2-1. Kind of got to wait on this umpire. He has that delayed called strike. And a pretty decent crowd for a Monday morning at 10 o'clock on hand to watch this one. Swung on a tight inside handle pitch there, and Hollingsworth able to get around on it enough to foul it off and stay in there. Big crowd, of course, for the home team, Troy. Hueytown, about 2 hours from here, about 130 miles from here. And maybe tough for some of the folks to get here, so hopefully you're watching and enjoying the broadcast here online. Count goes 3-2 to Hollingsworth. Well, Barron's got to come to him now. He does, and a line shot right into the glove. Booth will step over one and reach over and snag the line drive for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 36,
Ethan England now comes to the plate with one away. Ethan playing the extra hitter for the moment. Every boy does get time in the game. It's a must. It's a rule. They all have to play a certain amount of innings. But they continue to bat through the lineup, whether they're in the field or not. They bat 12 all the way up and down. There's a nice fastball for a strike. 1-1. Luke Barron's going to have his work cut out for him, trying to keep it close. Swung on an inside pitch. He does like to hang on the right side or inside of the plate to the right-hander, which is a good idea. Really tough to get around. These youngsters haven't quite yet learned that technique, pulling in the hands and getting around on a pitch. It's 1-2. Most of them will foul it off to the left side or out of play. Curveball and a little bit of wrinkle on that one, and not enough room, and that will be a foul ball, and we'll stay at 1-2. These youngsters, they were able to do a lot of different things with these baseballs. Really impressive at 9 and 10. Curveballs, changeups, fastballs. They do a pretty good job of working their pitches. He works inside again, a little too tight, 2-2. On England, in the on-deck circle will be Brody Black, the right fielder. That one swung on and lifted into left center field. That's going to drop in for at least one. He'll round, picked up by the left fielder. Now the throw comes in, and he will slide into second safely. It'll be a double for Ethan England. Didn't look like he was going to try to take two, but looked like maybe Vaughn had a little trouble getting over there, making that play. And Brody Black now comes to the plate. Although it looks like that might be Keneal Lewis now in left field. Hard to tell. Can't see the number. Outside on the first pitch to Black, and it's 1-0. They change out some of the players and don't call that up to us. They only call up for pitching changes. Line shot down the line and just missed it. I believe that is Lewis out there on left right now that's playing left field for Troy. Looks like number 6. Like I said, they started with Pruitt Vaughn, and that is not a double digit on his uniform out there in left. So It's Keneal Lewis, who's got some great wheels. 1-1 count, 1 down, 1 on second. Grounded, foul to the third base side again. And the count now will go to 1-2. You're the coach telling him, get your head on it, poke it out there, try to get the green. Roy trying to keep them away from the fourth run. It's a very important run in a ball game. Line shot again, just down the line, foul. He got around on it, but pulled it pretty good on a changeup there. So a 1-2 count to Black. He stays in the box on the foul ball. 3 runs for Hueytown. We're in the bottom of the second. They're trying to plate their fourth out there at second base. This one he pops into center field. Shallow center field coming in, playing it on the bounce. The runner won't be able to advance. And it is a double and a single to get it going here with 1 out. 2 runners aboard, first and second. Sam Vaughn, the third baseman, now will come to the plate, back from the right side, as the sun trying to peek out from the cloud cover here. Outside on the first pitch, 1-0. Runners at first and second, again, just 1 out in the inning. And again, Luke Barron finds himself in an early jam. Right back to him, though. He'll turn, he'll fire to his shortstop. Trying to get it over to first, not in time. Trying to get it out of the glove quickly was McBride. Couldn't do it. They get the force at second for the second out. There'll be runners at first and third.
Number 14, Jonah Winston.
Jonah Winston comes back to the plate. Grounded to third his first time up. Takes the pitch low for ball 1. Strike on the corner there. And again, I just waiting for this umpire to raise that right hand, and he's not very vocal, so don't want to call the pitch too early. Swung on, a little pop. Tough play, going to tag the bag at second as he runner going down as Sam Vaughn wasn't going very quickly, and an easy play there. So Winston, unfortunately, the fielder's choice will go unassisted. And clear the base paths. And we will go to the top of the third inning. It is a 3-0 lead for Hueytown. And Troy will start with Cade Edwards, Jordan McBride, and Dawson Bradford. Remember Cade Edwards last night, big home run in the 4th inning. Sent a ball over the right field fence with no problem. He will face Max Hollingsworth on the hill. And Max has done okay so far. 1 hit given up, but no runs as he's able to shut everybody down. And that was the leadoff single to Wes Bracestead. That's the only hit he's given up so far. See what he does here. This will be a very important inning for Hollingsworth to see if he can get a little further into the game. Again, they will let him go as far as he can pitch-wise because there is no game after this. So you can go 75. So it'll be Edwards, McBride, Bradford, and if one of them can get on, then we'll see Keneal Lewis, the very speedy left fielder now. So Hollingsworth gets his warm-up tosses. Don't forget, if you want your very own DVD of today's game or any broadcast that we did during this week of the AAA State Tournament, simply email us at info@jockjive.com. That's INFO. And we'll get the process started. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. Again, just send us an email. Tell us the game you'd like. We'll get the process started. Info@jockjive.com. So the sun peeks out here at the field, and it'll warm things up even more for these fine folks that have come to watch this championship game. Some pop-up tents here and there, a lot of fans being waved, handheld ones. And here's Cade Edwards. Let's see what he does against Hollingsworth. Both these boys about the same size. Cade probably a little bigger. Like I said, he looks way bigger than 10. And he takes a fastball on the inside, and it's ball 1. And this is the way you want to work this kid. He is a big swinger, so it's either gone or swing and miss. And if you can stay inside, he's a tough time to get it out of the park. 2-0. Lines that one into right center field. As he got a piece, that'll go to the fence. It'll be a long single for Edwards. So down to first he goes.
Coming up to the plate, number 9.
And Troy has an opportunity to start moving runners around. They get their leadoff runner on. Now McBride will have to come to the plate. Edwards not a quick runner, so I doubt he'll be moving at any point until the ball is hit, unless it's a pass ball and he feels he has time to get down there. Outside and 1-1. And Johnson behind the plate got a good gun too, so you probably won't chance it. You're down 3. You need at least to get that runner down the line. And swinging and chasing after one over the top. It's 1-2 to Jordan McBride. See where Hollingsworth comes with this pitch. Outside corner into right field. Moving over the right fielder. Who'll make the catch right before the line. Black does a nice job out there in right field of pulling that one in. Dawson Bradford now to the plate with 1 out.
Bradford.
Over the top for the first pitch. It'll be ball 1. One and 0 pitch. Swung on, popped up to the side. Out of play. Over in the stands, and it goes 1-1. A little late on the Hollingsworth fastball, and he's going to have to get just a hair quicker on that to try to get that ball in. Time being called as some balls being thrown into the umpire. And the 1-1 count now against Bradford. Keneal Lewis in the on-deck circle. Outside with that one, 2-1. Get Max overthrew that pitch there, trying to throw a little too hard and doesn't have the control when you do that. That one inside, onto the line, knocked down by third, down on his knees, makes the throw to second to get the lead run. So 2 down, and a really nice play over there by Vaughn over at third base.
Going up to the plate, it's going to be number 6, Keneal Lewis.
So with 2 outs, Lewis comes to the plate now. Runner at first, and the first pitch wild and outside. Runner will go down, no throw. I said, Keneal, boy, if he gets a hold of one here, he can really go. So they're going to have to watch him. He can take the extra base without even a blink of an eye. Swing and a miss there. And again, pass ball, the throw down to third, not in time. Runner will go in under the tag. Good throw by Johnson, and the stolen base by Bradford. So now the runner at third for Lewis. On the corner, strike 2. And Keneal's got to be prepared here with a 1-2 count. Got to be looking for it, protecting that plate. Bradford trying to get that first run across for Troy. Swing and a miss at the high one, and they struck him out. And that'll end the threat. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's still Hueytown 3, Troy nothing. Right here on JockJive.com. We'll come back. Stay tuned. More baseball right here on JockJive.com.
Now pitching, number 9, Jordan McBride.
So there has been a pitching change early here. Troy is going to bring on Jordan McBride now, the right-hander. He'll step to the hill and take over here. Bottom of 3-0 lead again for Hueytown. And, Troy will move some of their infielders around. McBride, of course, coming off short, comes to the hill. Brookins goes over to short.
Leading off the inning for Hueytown is going to be number 4, Gavin Franklin.
Gavin Franklin will lead things off. And the first pitch on the corner is going to be a strike. Cade Edwards now over at first. That pitch is going to be low, ball 1. Franklin 1-1. Gavin with a double and scored the first run of the ball game. Check the swing. He went around. They're going to call strike 2, 1-2. Outside corner, and they're going to say strike 3. Caught him looking. And out number 1.
Coming up to the plate, number 12, Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson now coming to the plate. Takes the strike on the first pitch. McBride not wasting any time, throwing the strikes right now, and that's what you want him to do. Come in and throw strikes. Stay in the game. You're only down 3. Swung on an inside pitch, popped up in the outfield, backing up to shortstop. Going to work backwards, and Brookins is going to make a really nice catch out there in shallow left field for the second out.
Now batting number
2 down.
52.
And Ethan Booker comes to the plate. Booker scored a run, got an RBI, and got the single in the first inning to help his team get it going. And the first pitch over the top, ball 1. Base is empty, 2 out. Bottom of 3. Hueytown leads at 3-0. And McBride trying to get the third out. A 1-2-3 inning here would help his team. Gets the strike on the corner. He's been getting the corner of that plate, and the umpire's been given that strike. So 1-1. Reached for that one, got a piece, rolls it down the third base line. Long throw in the dirt, not in time. Beat it out. That was a tough play for Booth to make. We're going to give a single on that one for Booker. So Booker down at first.
Now batting number 17, Baker.
Here's Baker Davis, who singled and got stranded at third his first time up. And now he's got a runner at first with 2 outs. Swung on the first one. Again to Booth, who will flip to second for the force. And that'll end the inning and end the threat. So they finally get an inning where the one hit there got the run. And we have completed 3. We're halfway through this championship game. It's Hueytown 3, Troy 0. Troy trying to come to the plate here and get something started when we return. Stay there. Max Hollingsworth comes back to the hill here to work the 4th inning. He'll face the number 12 man in the order, Slade Russell. And we'll go back to the top, 1-2. They play 6 innings here for the state championship. And Max is having a pretty good game right now. Just the 2 hits against him, no runs. Again, Troy here, courtesy of the host team, so they didn't have to qualify through the district tournaments and were able to knock off a couple of district championships in walk-off fashion. A couple of the guys that came from the district championship, they won their first 2 games in walk-off fashion in the 6th inning. And then again last night in the 5th inning, able to get the 7th run in a tie ball game, 6-6, and hold on for a win to move on to this championship game. Of course, Hueytown moved through. They lost a game, then got back here, and then they got the bye yesterday in the 3-way tie to get into the championship game. So that's where we're at. These 2 teams, 9 outs to work with, both sides. Right now, Hueytown, 3-0 lead. Russell at the plate for ball 1. Timeout being called. And apparently out at second base asking for some sunshades. It is a little bright out there now, and a couple of the infielders got him on. Big swing and a miss there. As the sun peeking out now here at the ball field, and shades across first, second, and third, but the shortstop does not need them apparently. Popped up off the screen, 1-2. It can be very bright and very tough to see sometimes, but here we go. Stepping back in, Slade Russell, 1-2 count. Got a foul tip. He'll stay in there, 1-2. Steps back in again on the 1-2. Hollingsworth delivers up high, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down and low. Good pitch there. And the out number 1.
The plate's going to be number 42.
Third strikeout for Hollingsworth.
Braceton.
Wes Bracestead comes to the plate. Got on with that single, then got caught on a double play ball on a fly ball that was in shallow right field. The second baseman picked it up and fired back over to first, and he was caught off the bag. He was down at second, turned around, thought maybe he had tagged up enough time, but he did not, and they got him. Down in the dirt, and skipping one by is catcher Johnson, who calls timeout to fix the gear. 2-0 count. That one on the corner does not get it either, and the count will go 3-0, and this will be a take pitch for Bracestead. So Hollingsworth has got to come back now with 2 big strikes. First one he does, and it's 3-1. Now you're set 3-1. It's a rake and take pitch. Swung on, popped up. Right center field deep, and is it going to have enough? Yes, it is. Over the fence it goes. Wow, it didn't look like he got all of that, but he got enough air that it lifted, and Bracestead gets the first big run for Troy, and he'll touch them all. So a big home run on a 3-1 pitch, and the first run for Troy is on the board.
Coming to the plate, it's going to be number 1.
Boy, he got jammed on that one, and he's still able to poke it 200 feet. Cole Pugh now here at the plate with 1 out. And up and away on ball 1. So 3-1 now is the score, a 2-run difference, and maybe wakes up the offense for Troy. Yeah, and the umpire says you got to bring it up. It's 2-0. First run of the ball game, and only the 3rd hit against Hollingsworth today. That one line shot into center field. And now maybe, like I said, the offense waking up now for Troy as they put a runner aboard with 1 out.
15.
Tying run now coming to the plate is Pruitt Vaughn, but the coach for Hueytown going to go out and chat with his pitcher right here. More games this week coming at you from Marietta, Florida. So for more Dixie Youth Baseball, check out our YouTube channels for those games. Those games, I believe, start this afternoon about 1 or 2 o'clock. So don't forget to check that out, as well as all of the action that will be coming up the rest of the summer and this fall. Check out JockJive.com. Check out all the different channels that we have for SWAC football. We do soccer and volleyball, Tuskegee football, Georgia Military College football, Great American Rivalries, high school football, the ACCC Game of the Week, and a whole lot more. It's all there for you. And the first pitch to Vaughn will be a ball outside. So a little bit more noise here from the Troy side now. 3-1. They're down 2, but a runner aboard. That one into center field. It's going to bounce. They'll throw to second. They keep the runner there, and it's back-to-back singles after the home run, and Troy starting to move some runners around, and now it's a whole different story here with a 2-run lead for Booth. The base hit here could move these runners into scoring position, if not score at least one of them. So Booth now will come to the plate here. He got on by a tough play that kind of caught the shortstop, swings at the first outside corner pitch for strike 1. Tries to get it again. That one goes into the dirt, and that's going to help the Troy team. And the ball lost, and runner going to come home. Here's the throw. He slides underneath. They took too long getting it there. Johnson had trouble finding that baseball. And a heads-up running by Cole Pugh scores. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. So a wild pitch is very costly there as they go 2 bases. And Cole Pugh heads up there to see that he had the opportunity to turn and go. They said that the catcher had trouble finding the baseball. I don't know what happened there. Like I say, we're screened with the green mat that is behind the catcher in front of the fence. Swung on and fouled off, and it'll go 1-2. And he was looking for the baseball, and by the time he flipped it, Pugh raced home. And now the tying run is 60 feet away with just 1 out. Swings it. Hard shot past the shortstop. The run will score. It'll tie the ball game. Booth going to run in, slide into second with a double. He's pumped up about that one. And he should be as he gets the RBI and the tying run to come across the plate. And it's 4 hits in a row. It started off with the first batter striking out, then the home run by Braystead. Pugh on with a single, then a single by Vaughn, and now the double by Booth. 3 runs have scored, and that is going to be it for Max Hollingsworth. We're going to get a pitching change here in the 4th inning. Top of the 4th, runner at second, 3-3 as Troy has come back, and it'll be Davis coming to the hill. Stick around. We've got more coming up right here. JockJive.com.
Now pitching number 17, Baker Davis.
Conference on the first base side there between the umpires and the coaches, and not sure what it is. I believe it's about a bat. So as far as I know, the rule is that the umpires go and check the bats before the game even starts. We saw this the other day, and the bat was fine. So they're going to check the bat here of Brookins now. And they're going to bring another one out here. So, but this, I'm guessing, is going to come in from the Hueytown coach, maybe questioning the bat for the umpire. And the umpire now, I believe, going to call for maybe a district personnel to come out. So here we go. We're going to discuss the bats. Like I said, all these teams know the rules, and I don't think anybody's going to bring in a legal bat or anything of that nature. But maybe because he hasn't seen that bat. Cade Brookins being told to go to the dugout while the conference and the discussion continues. Again, like I said, I don't know who brought it up or what was brought up, but all of a sudden after 4 hits, one of them a home run, we're going to check a bat for the Troy team. So while they do that, we'll bring you live coverage here back in just a few moments. Stick around. More on JockJive.com.
Go ahead and knock the cheer out of the ball. Let's go.
From the round of applause, looks like everything's fine, and the slowdown there, will it? I don't know. Like I said, in all the games I've ever done, and I've been broadcasting 25 years and I've played the game for a long time, the umpires always check the bats ahead of time. Maybe they don't here. Maybe they don't. They figure that it's already been checked out. I mean, it's day 6. So the bat was checked out. They brought the district manager out who had the phone to check there's weight measurements and length and all that stuff. It's got to be, and says it's good, and we're back to action here. So 4 hits in a row, one of them a home run, singles and a double. A couple of runs have crossed the plate. It's all tied up 3-3, and the first pitch is a strike from Baker Davis, who had warmed up, and then that's when the time was called. So, runner at second. First pitch in the dirt. Good stop there this time by Johnson. Keeps the runner at bay. Down at second is Jackson Booth, who got that RBI. The other runs score as well early. Cole Pugh took one on a wild pitch. And the count 2-1. Davis does not like to call, throws the hands up in the air, and that's not the way to win over the umpire. You don't want to argue strikes and balls with blue, especially as a pitcher. It won't help your cause. Short hops that one, and he's now 3-1, and he's mad at himself. I mean, he's not getting the corner. He's short. He's got to put a little more into it. He's throwing it down, so his release point is not on. time is called quickly by Cade Brookins, who will step out. Davis works much quicker than Hollingsworth does. He gets the ball back. He's pretty much ready to go. Popped up in the infield. Calling for it is Davis to make the catch. He'll look the runner, make sure he doesn't go. It'll be out number 2.
Coming to the plate, it's going to be number 24.
Luke Barron now coming to the plate.
Luke Barron.
Barron now flying out to center field his first time up. Davis on the corner for a ball. Timeout going to be called, and the umpire going to dust off the dish. Maybe feels that Davis is having a little trouble seeing the plate. So a 1-0 count to Barron. 3-3 all tied up here now in the 4th. And he's way up high. Boy, he is way off on his mechanics on that pitch as well. Almost turned himself sideways when he threw that pitch. Swung on, popped up again, right side. That'll go out of play, and it'll go 2-1. I'm say a lot of these kids trying to throw like Nolan Ryan, as hard as you can, and you really just want to learn to control first. Speed will come as you get bigger and stronger. There's a nice pitch on the corner. He got it 2-2. Trying to get the last strike here and get out of the inning, and it's all tied up in a new ball game here in the top of the 4th as Troy has picked up 3 runs. Change up, and he short hopped it, and it goes full. 3-2. Runner at second, Luke Barron at the plate. Fastball on the corner, beautiful pitch for the strikeout, and it'll end the inning. So we'll go bottom of 4 now, all tied up at 3s.
Youth out of your 11 pitches.
So bottom of 4, 3-3 ball game as Barron's called out on strikes to end the inning. But they do pick up those 3 runs, one of those courtesy of the home run. They had 4 hits in the inning. In an inning that started out with a strikeout and ends with a strikeout. Bottom of the 4th now. Coming up will be Hudgens, Fuller, and Ford for Hueytown. And they will go to work. And on the hill back is McBride, who did a pretty nice job once he was called upon for Luke Barron. So he'll get his warm-up tosses and get ready to go here. Again, we remind you this one is scheduled for 6 innings unless we're still tied, and then we'll go extras. But it's usually a 6-inning ball game. And it was an early lead for Hueytown, 3-0, and then Troy gets 3 there in the inning to tie it up, and it's all brand new ball game. It's kind of like putting double zeros back up on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 4th. So again, we said at the beginning of the inning, 9 outs to work with, and now 6 outs to work with for Troy. Hueytown, though, still with their 9 as they'll come to the plate here to get it started. Colton Hudgens, the second baseman, struck out his first time up. Will come to the plate now from the right side, and for the first time, he will face McBride. Ground ball to second. Should be a pretty easy play. Flipped over to first from Pugh, and out number 1. 1 up, 1 away.
Coming up to the plate is going to be number 20. Jay Fuller.
Jay Fuller, the center fielder, with a single and got stranded out at second. Back in the first, up to the plate. Takes the first pitch, wild pitch in the dirt, ball 1. That ball ricocheted all over the place. They'll get him a new baseball. 3 in the first for Hueytown, 3 in the 4th for Troy, and that's where we stand right now. Outside for a ball, and it's quickly 2-0. Back in the desk, into the box. The left-hander comes inside on that pitch from McBride. 3-0 now to Jay Fuller. Fuller will be watching this one, I'm sure. And McBride doesn't take long. He's ready to go. Fires it right in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Looking at the dugout, and now checks his sign. Fuller steps in, calls time, gets ready to go. 3-1 pitch, and he's going to walk it. And so ball 4 for Jay Fuller, and down to first he'll go. And Devin Ford, who popped out to the first baseman his first time up, comes to the plate. Now Edwards will play in on the right side. And inside pitch, ball 1. And somewhat of a pass ball, but it was able to hold on to. McClendon had it right there, but he couldn't get the throw down, and a stolen base. And it's 2-0. Devin Ford has an opportunity to get the lead run back for Hueytown. Bouncer over the mound, hit the glove, then he hits the shortstop in the feet. Rounding third and headed for home. Here comes the throw, not in time. Fuller, very speedy and very quick, scores the lead run back for Hueytown. After a ball that got hammered off the glove of the pitcher and then off the foot there of Brookins. And a good job by Fuller to keep moving. And it's now a 4-3 lead. Max Hollingsworth will take strike 1 on the first pitch. Hueytown takes the lead back here in the 4th by a run, still with a runner at first and only 1 out. Outside away from Hollingsworth, 1-1. Max lined out to the third baseman the first time up on a line shot that Booth reached over and grabbed. 2-1. Swing and a miss there as he went a little lower in the zone. 2-2 with 1 out. Down low, and they'll work the count full. McBride has not had a walk since he took over. Swing fouled off, back to the screen. We'll stay at 3-2. And again, fouled off right there at the plate, and not enough room. Edwards making a run for it over there by the first baseline. Can't get to it. And we'll stay 3-2. Devin Ford hasn't moved from the bag over at first yet. Down low, ball 4, and now he'll move down to second courtesy of that walk given up in the first one by McBride.
To the plate, it's going to be number 36.
Ethan England comes to the plate now. He will bat with 2 runners aboard and 1 out. England now calls time, gets into the box, gets set. McBride goes to work from the right side. First pitch on the corner, strike 1. Again, winner moves on to the World Series in August. Drive to right field, chopped in, no. Yes, it did, inside the line apparently. And around all the way home. And he's going to score. And Devin Ford comes home. Ethan England drops one in just inside the right field line. It wasn't sure, didn't see the ump hold up any sign. And then the catcher was yelling, fair ball, fair ball, fair ball. So 5-3 lead now. And Brody Black coming to the plate, who singled his first time up. So 2 runners aboard with 1 out. They're going to appeal that he didn't touch the plate. That does not work, and the runner is said safe. So Brody comes to the plate now with a 2-run lead and still 2 runners aboard and just 1 out here, bottom of 4. Hueytown took the lead back over here in this inning. First pitch from McBride is going to be a strike. Boy, he just barely kept that inside the line over there and right. Racing over was Bradford. He did everything he could, but unfortunately falls just inside the white paint. So reaches out, pops one towards second. Bobbled, flipped over to short. They'll get the force. And first and third. And they get the second out on the force play.
Coming up to the plate, number 44, Sam Vaughn.
Brody Black now down at first. Pew to Brookins on that one. And Sam Vaughn, who got on with a fielder's choice his first time, comes back to the plate. Strike called on the first pitch. Hit it right back to the mound, and the pitcher at that time turned around, threw to the shortstop to get the force at second. And Sam was stranded at the plate, or at first base in the inning. Off the handle, and it'll go foul, 0-2. So a 2-run lead again for Hueytown here in the bottom of the 4th. Swung on, popped up, and out of play, foul. We'll stay at 0-2. Swung on, fouled off again on the high one. So McBride, who was cruising right along with a walk in the inning, that run scores, and then the single, another walk, and another run scores by the ball hit by England. Ground ball to short. Brookins pick it up. He's got a long throw. He's going to get it. No, goes through the glove of Edwards. 1 run scores. Runner at second goes down to third. And that's going to be an error on your first baseman. Brody Black now down at third. Hollingsworth going to come home and is now a 6-3 ball game. And it looks like Brody Black maybe twisted the ankle going into third base there. And Jonah Winston getting ready to come to the plate with runners at first and third and 2 down. So time being called, and the Troy team going to come over and chat with their coach on the third base line while they check out and make sure that Brody Black is okay over at third. He's going to run it off and seems to be all right. I think he went into the bag a little hard and maybe an awkward slide there, but seems to be okay. Jonah Winston, ground out and a fielder's choice today, will come to the plate now with his team leading again by 3, 6-3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And again, if you can get the 4-run lead, it's good because it takes the full bases and 1 big hit to tie a game. If you can get a 5-run lead, even better. So they'll see if they can't try to push 2 more across at least. Runner goes to second. They fake the throw, and the runner comes home. What are you doing? Wow. What are you doing there? And boy, he knows he should not have thrown that ball. And heads up there at third base, Brody Black comes home. And that is not the play you want to make as a catcher. You've got to know where everybody's at. I don't know if he forgot or figured with 2 outs he thought the runner was going to go, but the runner at first, Sam Vaughn, turned back around. Strike there. 2-1. So they get him fooled and make him throw, and the runner comes. 3-1 now to Jonah. 3 balls, 1 strike to Winston. At first is Sam Vaughn. Winston has not been on base today, but he will be. No, strike 2, 3-2. Must have got the inside corner. Swung on, and he ripped it foul down the right side. So Vaughn, who fakes the run down to second, act like he's going to steal, and McClendon fired it down, and when he did, immediately Brody Black at third took off and scored. No chance to throw back to the catcher to get him. Swung on. Slow roller to third. Picked up. They'll fire to first a little low and dropped by the first baseman, and Winston's going to be safe. And, boy, this time Booth doesn't get enough on it. It'll be E5. And runners now at first and second with 2 errors back-to-back here and a run scoring on a throwing error. Well, it's not really considered an error. It's a mental error, I should say. Gavin Franklin now to the plate. Takes strike one on the corner. Franklin with a strikeout looking, a double and a run scored today. Ball outside and away, 1-1. Runners not going anywhere. Again, down at second is Vaughn. At first, Jonah Winston. But Gavin Franklin would sure like to bring a couple more across. Swings and pops it up high in the air. Calling for it third base, waving everybody off. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning and the threat of any more, but not before they pick up 4 runs in this inning and now lead it by a score of 7-3. We're going top of the 5th next right here on JockJive.com.
46 pitches.
Seven 7-3 is our score, 4-run lead right here. Don't forget you can watch the game again and again and again after it's over. All you got to do is go right back to where you were on JockJive.com. Go to the same spot you watch the live coverage and then watch the archived coverage. Or if you want a DVD of any game of the AAA state tournament, email info@jockjive.com and we'll get that process started. DVDs are $10 plus shipping and handling. So a big inning there for Hueytown, plating 4 runs. They now got a 4-run lead, 7-3, and we go into the top of the 5th. And back to the hill will be Baker Davis, Tyler McClendon, Cade Edwards, and Jordan McBride coming to the plate. McClendon with a flyout, Cade with a big single, and Jordan McBride with a flyout. So these guys will now face Cade Davis for the first time as Cade gets his warm-up tosses. And Troy's got to figure out how, again, to plate some runs. They placed 3 across the plate last inning. And you hear the crowd 3 up, 3 down chanting from the Hueytown side. Here's McClendon. He'll come to the plate. Tyler trying to probably make up for that mental error, throwing down to second with a runner at third. He knows he was shaking his head like, oh, man, I didn't want to do that. And it's just a matter sometimes of staying totally focused. And I think he thought the runner was going to go. And with 2 outs, he figured he could peg him. Popped up right there at the plate, moving out from behind the plate and making the catch is Johnson. And he'll be out number 1. Good play by Johnson, immediately out from behind there, and the mask off.
To the plate's going to be number 12.
Cade Edwards with a single his first time up, and then got caught on the fielder's choice on the next batter. He was out at second base. Cade with a big home run yesterday. Takes a strike on the corner, says, yeah, I'll agree with that one, umpire. You're right. Davis, we'll see if he tries to challenge the big man. Yeah, that one's probably out of here, and it is. Yeah, no doubt about that one. When it left the bat, it was just how would it stay fair or not? He does. He has another home run, so back-to-back days. Unfortunately, though, with the home run, there's only him rounding the base paths, but it does put it just a little closer. 7-4. So it was a home run in the last inning that started the Troy bats. We'll see if it does it again here. So 2 home runs in the game, one for Braystead, one for Edwards now. Here's McBride, who flew out to right field his first time up. Yeah, there was no doubt about that one going out of the park. It was just waiting to see if it was going to stay inside the flagpole. He hit it hard and it's out of play here on the left side. So Jordan trying to help himself here by getting on and getting some base runners, down by 3 here late now for Troy in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. Working now with just 5 outs left in the game for Troy. Oh, way behind him, and 1-2. Davis comes over and his mechanics off on that one. His plant foot was not where it should have been, and he throws off and away from the plate. 2-2. Swung on again, fouled off. That goes out of play quickly. Boy, Johnson does such a great job of removing the mask and getting around and turning, trying to find that baseball. And it's one of the biggest things as catchers. Watching the pitch, watching it come off the bat, and knowing where it's at. Swung on, ground ball, back up the middle, knocked down by the shortstop and can't hang on. Boy, Booker did everything he could and got over there behind the bag, and it hit the shoulder. It keeps it from going any further than a base hit. And this is exactly how the last inning went. The first out, then a home run, and then 3 base hits, one of those a double right after that, helping them to get a couple of runs across the plate. So Davis upset. Coach going out to calm him down. Dawson Bradford now coming to the plate. Dawson hit a fielder's choice to the third baseman his first time up. That'll be mound visit number 1 for Hueytown. We'll see if Bradford can keep things going for Troy. Down by 3 runs. And the first pitch, ball 1, as it's just a bit out of the zone. Outfield playing somewhat deep, not allowing the extra base if they can. Infield back at short and second. And it's now 2-0. And Davis struggling now, and he's upset with himself. And, you know, you've got to go batter by batter, not pitch by pitch. Here he comes in with a strike on the corner, 2-1. And that's all he's got to do, concentrate, throw a good pitch, keep it in there. You're not going to get all of them. Oh, released the wrong point there, 3-1, and now a pitch away from putting 2 runners aboard and bringing the tying run to the plate. Outside corner for a strike, 3-2 full count. Keneal Lewis in the on-deck circle, who struck out his first time, waiting for an opportunity here. Swung on, popped up right side in foul territory, and he picks the, wow, what a really nice catch there by the first baseman, Franklin, who runs over to the foul line there and has to turn and spin a little bit and still able to pull it down. Big out there with 2 down. So 2 outs. And Keneal Lewis now, who struck out his first time, to the plate. Takes strike 1 on the first pitch. Popped up in the infield, backing up second base, and nicely done there by Hudgens. Pulls it in and falls down in the 3rd out, and they only give up the home run ball, so it didn't hurt them too much. And 2 hits, 1 run. We now go to bottom of 5. And it is a 7-4 ball game right here on JockJive.com. When we return, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Hueytown. Stay tuned. More coming up, JockJive.com. So McBride will stay on the hill for Troy and go to work here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 3-run lead for Hueytown. Caleb Johnson, Ethan Booker, and Baker Davis coming to the plate. Troy will have one more at-bat in the top of the 6th of 3 outs to work with, and pending the outcome of this inning, down right now by 3 runs.
Back to play here at the Bogey-Lawrence Sportsplex in Troy.
So McBride trying to shut down again. Last inning, though, hurt badly. He got the first out, then a walk, single, walk, 3 runs across the plate. Ethan England got a hit, moved the runner, got the RBI, and then Brody Black got a hit and got on and scored by a couple of errors on a throwing error, basically mental error. With a runner at third, they threw down a second, and the run scored. And quickly, 2-strike counts on Caleb Johnson. Single and scored a run and popped up to the shortstop earlier. And just missed it. McBride, like I said, he goes pretty quick. I mean, you got to step out of the box. He gets in a groove and he doesn't stop. He gets that ball back. He's ready to go. And that one kind of aimed it, and it's 2-2.
Wherever
7-4 lead.
you are around the world, on Facebook or on YouTube.
That pitch is up, or it needs to be up according to the umpire. 3-2. And for those of you sending shout-outs, my apologies, folks, that my phone is not working today for some reason. So if you're texting another number, if you're still texting Jason, that's why your shout-out isn't being given. I apologize for that. But for some reason, my phone decides not to work today of all days, and I apologize for that. So we can't get your shout-outs for you, but we know you're watching. We know you're listening. We do appreciate it. Ethan Booker coming to the plate with the runner aboard and no outs. Hueytown trying to bring some more across. First pitch on the corner called for a strike. Like I said, McBride was cruising right along, but that is 3 walks now in 2 innings of work. And is he getting tired at this point is the question. And it looks like he is. He's off the pitch there, down to second on a wild pitch. Goes the runner, Johnson. And it's, I don't know, maybe Troy doesn't have anybody left they can throw. I knew the coach had said that he was out 2 guys already for a pitch count. Whoa, just lifted off almost a golf shot there. And there'll be runners now at first and third on the single there by Booker. Baker Davis now at the plate, the pitcher. He can help himself here. He had a single earlier and a line shot to the third baseman. Runner's going to go to second. They'll fake the throw, and he'll go back. He did not go. I don't know if the coach wanted him to go or not. Inside tight. Now the runner's going to go. No throw down. 2-0 count. Runners at second and third. Davis with a big opportunity here. Put a couple more across to put the pressure really, really tough. 3-0, I believe, is the count here. We'll wait for the umpire to raise it up. And it is 3-0. Davis will be taking a pitch here, I'm sure. McBride, like I said, I think he was tired a couple of batters ago. I think he had really thrown as much as he could. And he skips that one up there in ball 4, and that's a walk. The base is loaded. And we're going to get a visit from the coach to the mound. I'm going to guess pitching change here. So we'll take a break right here on JockJive.com.
Now pitching for Troy, number 1, Cole Pugh.
So they'll swap out the second baseman, Colton Pugh, and they'll bring him to the hill now with the bases entirely loaded here. So you got Davis at first, Booker at second, and Caleb Johnson down at third. Colton Hudgens coming to the plate, strikeout and a ground out today. Pugh goes back to the hill to work, gets his warm-up tosses. Brookins will go back from short over to second, and McBride will go back to shortstop.
Number 17, Baker David.
Looks like Pruitt Vaughn is now playing first base. So bases loaded. First pitch, swing and a miss. Ground ball, that's going to get into left field. That's going to score 1. Lewis, quick throw into the infield. And here comes another runner. So 2 runs will score. Heads up base running there by Booker and Johnson. Davis is down at second. Down at first is Hudgens with the RBI. And the second run comes across as well, and it's now 9-4. Here's Jay Fuller now at the plate. Jay with a walk, scored a run, a single, and 2 RBIs today. Takes strike 1 on the first pitch. And now Hueytown really putting the pressure on Troy. Like I said, they'll have the top of the 6th to work with. 3 runs, but now down by 5, maybe more, as this one drives into right field. And he made a nice sliding catch on the knees. What a play by Bradford. And the first catch there in right field that was very, very pretty as he got that one just in time, sliding on his knees, first out of the inning. Here's Ford with a single and run scored. And a pop out to the first base side. Runners at first and second, 1 out. 5-run lead, Hueytown. And a little short there, and 1-0. Colton Pugh on the hill now here in the 5th. 3rd pitcher today for Troy. And 2-0. And like I said, I think Troy, unfortunately, lost a couple of pitchers because of pitching counts, and they were not able to throw today, and that's a tough deal, but you've got to get to the championship game, and sometimes you don't want to worry about it where the pitch count is, because if you don't do it, you don't get there. It doesn't matter. Drive into left center field. That'll be in the gap. That'll score at least one. They're rounding the second runner. They're going to hold him at third. It is going to be a single for Devin Ford. They hold him up at one. He picks up an RBI.
Coming up to the plate,
Davis scores.
Max Hollingsworth.
And Colton Hudgens is down at third, and it's now a 10-4 ball game. Strike called on the outside corner to Max Hollingsworth. Max walked today, scored a run, and lined out to third. A handle pitch, and he got around on it, and he fouled it off 0-2. There's a ground ball to third, knocked down, picked up. They'll throw to first, long throw, jumped up, pulled it down. Run scores, though. So Hollingsworth will get credit for the RBI.
Coming up to the plate, it's going to be number 36, Ethan.
And it's now 11-4. Runner at second, two down. Strike on the first pitch to England. Drives it down the left side, and it goes just foul down the line. He turned on that pitch. 4 runs here in the inning so far across the plate with 7 batters. And Hueytown has pretty much broken this one open and probably sealed the door. They probably can feel that state championship right now. Swing, and he will be out. Strikeout there. And that ends the inning, but not before damage is done. So we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. It is 11-4. Troy will come to the plate. They'll have 3 outs to work with when we return right here on JockJive.com. So we go to the final, maybe the final inning. It's an 11-4 ball game. It'd be a huge comeback for Troy. They find themselves down 7 runs here, and they've got 3 outs to work with. Baker Davis going back to the hill. Again, they have done a nice job between Hollingsworth and Davis today, getting to this point. Slade Russell, who struck out his first time up, comes to the plate here to start things off. Now, can Troy find it in him to make another big comeback here or not? We'll see. First pitch is ball 1. Two and 0. And 3-0 as Davis struggling again to find that strike zone. You don't want to put runners aboard. You don't want to give them any hope. There he gets it, 3-1. Of course, for Troy, they're looking at this as get on any way you can right now. Strike called on the corner, 3-2. So he comes back after 3 quick balls to get it to a full count. And right now the Troy folks can just look on and be proud of their team. They really showed up here in this tournament. Oh, strikeout. Watched it go by. That wasn't the way they wanted to start off the inning, that's for sure.
Going up to the plate is going to be number 42,
Wes Braystead, who had a home run back in the 4th and a single today, 2 for 2 at the plate. Here he comes back to the hill. 2 outs away for Hueytown to make the trip to the World Series. And the first pitch is outside on the corner, ball 1. But like I said, Troy played a great tournament. 2 big comeback wins, walk-offs in their first couple of games. They were the host team. They did not have to qualify through the district tournament. And they showed up here and played some great baseball. So congratulations to them. And like I said, unless something drastic changes here, congratulations to Hueytown. They're going to go and represent in the AAA World Series. That'll start August the 5th and run through August the 10th. 2-1 count on a swing and a miss. Didn't go. 3-1. And he misses there, and he walks him. So Davis gives up the walk to Braystead. Maybe staying away from him a little bit. Maybe didn't want to give up another home run. I don't know. Here's Cole Pugh with a single. Run scored today and a fielder's choice. Pops it up right side. Coming in, the right fielder. He'll make the catch. Black with the out. Second out of the inning. And 1 out away, and the Hueytown folks on their feet right now. They can feel it. And Pruitt Vaughn will be the last hope here for Troy. Popped up, center field. Fuller coming in, makes the catch. That's the ball game. Hueytown will celebrate. And they will go to the World Series to represent Alabama in the AAA this year, as that one is over. It is a final here. 11-4, Hueytown is going to win it, folks. And they will now represent the state of Alabama in AAA baseball in the World Series August 5th through the 10th. Again, our congratulations going out to our runner-up Troy and our runner-up Fairhope. All 3 teams coming into yesterday's contest with 1 loss each. And this is how it turns out. And a big win here for Hueytown. And again, Max Hollingsworth and Baker Davis doing the job on the hill today. And a couple of big hits on both sides. Troy came back in it at one point. They were down 3-0. They got the game tied, but Hueytown never let up. They got the lead back, and then they never looked back. So congratulations, Hueytown is going to go and represent the state of Alabama in AAA baseball. For JockJive.com, I'm Chuck Sebastian. We'll talk to you again soon. Again, for those of you that want more baseball, stick around because there's AAA and Ozone and others happening in Marianna, Florida this afternoon right here on JockJive.com. Have yourselves a good afternoon, everybody, and good night.